Today on Woodturning, we're going to revise something we did a long time ago with our previous buddy Hagen. We'd always make him an annual Christmas ornament. Well, Dooley is 10 years old now, so this is his 10th Christmas, so we're going to make him a honeycomb Christmas ornament.
Tim's American Beauty was made by Robust Tools, America's premier lathe manufacturer. Robust. Built to turn wood. Enjoyed for a lifetime.
Easy Wood Tools, best-in-class carbide wood turning tools. Before we get started with our project today, I want to thank our sponsors, Robust Lathes and Easy Wood Tools, because without their support, we wouldn't be able to do these videos. And by the way, I am an authorized Robust Lathe dealer, so if you want to buy a new lathe, you need one for Christmas, give me a call. Also, I want to thank Carl Jacobson because he's the one who provided me with the blank for today's project. He sells a lot of cool stuff on his website. I'll put all the information for all the things I'm using in the description below. So, our honeycomb Christmas ornament is really, really cool. Now, the lights are kind of bright in here, so you can't really see that the light's lit up in there. So, I'll show you this. This is a cool little light I found on Amazon. It twists and turns like that. And then when you look at this blank, isn't that cool? So, it took me a long time to figure out what I wanted to do with this. And that's when I came up with the Christmas bulb ornament. I wanted to make this look like a Christmas bulb, and when it's on the tree and it's a little bit darker, it just shines. It is really cool. The first thing we need to do now, though, is we want to drill a hole in this blank. The tough part is how do we want to hold this sucker? I'm using a pin blank vise, which is really cool. It squeezes in on both sides at the same time, so it's equidistant when you clamp it. So I've already centered all this up. I have it clamped on my drill press. I've got my goggles here. So we're going to just start this up and we're going to drill a hole all the way through the blank. So with the hole drilled in the blank, the reason we did that is because we want to put it on a pin mandrel. I'll put down in the description what type of mandrel and pin kit this is because they're all different sizes. But basically, pin mandrel is this little bushy, this rod right here that holds this little bushy. It slides on to there like so. There's one on this end, one on this end. And inside of the blank, when you're doing a pin, you have this brass bushing and this glues to the blank. But we're not doing that because we want the light to shine through this when we're done. So basically I've drilled a hole to where this bushing goes right into that hole and fits nice and tight. So see that sits there and it doesn't move. Except when I unscrew it by doing that. Okay, we'll tighten that back up again. Okay, now the thing that we want to talk about is how we're going to turn this. With resin, if you use an edge tool, it tends to want to chip. So if you take a bowl gouge or something up here, you can do it, but it will get a little chippy. Now, Easy Wood has some beautiful carbide tips, but I want to show you the differences here because I'm going to use two, and if I can just hold them steady. So this is a flat carbide. Look at it, it's really straight, and this is a relief grind. It's got an edge on it, it curves down. So this is more aggressive, this is really gentle. This is what I'm going to start out with, and it's not straight across with a sharp point, it's got rounded edges because that's going to help me turn the resin. It's going to chip a little bit, but not as much as it would if it was just a straight aggressive piece of carbide. So we're going to bring this up full speed because it's a small turning, we want some speed. This is on center height, and we're just going to bring it in, and I'm going to come across once I get it started. And I'm using my finger as a depth gauge on the tool rest. Even though I just now noticed my tool rest is crooked, I can adapt as I go, but make yours kind of parallel, that'd be helpful. So you just keep going across like this and work your way down, and we want to make this a cylinder. Welcome to design modification. One thing I found out by turning this, when you're using the flat edge carbide, it's going to chip a little bit, like I said, but sometimes it will knock a piece off. Don't worry about it, because in this case, I'm going to take some thin CA glue, put it on there, and we're just going to set this in place and put it back in. It just fits in just like, I don't know, lock and key. Goes in great. Take a little bit of accelerator, because I'm not worried about any bubbling or anything like this right now. We'll get that to glue. Kidding. But once that sets up, we'll start turning again, but we will start using the negative rake carbide tip at this point because it's gentler. It's not going to tear things out. But the other one I used was great for moving a lot of stuff fast, just a little bit more than I wanted to move. So you can see how delicate a cut the negative rake scraper takes. And it's taking me a little while to get this down, and let me see how close we are to being a full cylinder here now. I can feel a little bit of a bump there. Yeah, we got a little bit to remove right there. You can see my repair, that's going to get turned away. Everything else is looking really, really good. So that's the fun thing about turning resin. But my one question is, that blank is orange. What color is that? Science, I guess. I don't know. So, a little more worrying on this and we'll be where we want to be. Okay, now I have the blank mounted in my pin jaws of my Easy Wood chuck. I have to hold this because I have to do one tiny little cut on the inside. Let's see if Brian can show this. See that little black thingy right there? That is an O-ring. So I've made a groove on the inside of the hole in here to hold this O-ring, and that's what these O-rings look like. I use these on my laser guides that I sell with my hollowing system, the Elbow 2. It's really handy for cable management, but I also figured out it's a great way to defy gravity so it doesn't fall off. Because the thing is you have to twist this to turn it on and off, right? Well, if it's inside something and you've glued it, you can't get to this. So now we've made this to where this is completely accessible. This way you can even take that off and put a new battery in. Really cool. So how am I going to make the groove for the O-ring? We're going to use a captive ring tool. So this little doohickey here is how you make those little rings that go on the base of a wine goblet or something so they rattle around. It's really cool, but also makes the groove we need for that O-ring. So let's fire this up. I'm going to come in here, look around the camera as best I can. And I just wanted to make light contact, and it's going to scrape and it's going to start making that little groove. So I'll check this a couple times, and once that ring fits, then we're moving on to the next step. Okay, now we're back off the chuck and we're mounted again on the pin mandrel, and so our ornament is sitting right here in this orientation. So we're just going to slowly shape it. Now people all the time ask me what is the speed, the RPMs I'm turning on my lathe. Something this small, I crank it all the way up, but Brent with Robust sent me this really cool plate. This comes with all the lathes that they sell now. And you can see the numbers around the speed ring. So you can actually see the RPMs that you're going approximately for either belt setting. There's two belt settings for two different speeds. But anyway, that's super, super handy. So now I can tell what speed I'm turning at. Right now, it's fast as my butt can go. So I am changing tools too now. So Easy Wood makes a negative rake scraper that is round. And by using this round profile, it's going to help me make my shape a lot easier than having a straight tool. So this is just simply going to be a case of worrying away what I don't want and keeping what I do want. So we've sanded to 400 grit, but that's not good enough. So what we're going to do is use one of my favorite things, and that's Yorkshire grit paste. This is the standard paste, and it's an abrasive, so it's going to help me polish. That's the fine. And when you see this starting to change colors and shine, it's amazing. So I'm going to put this on lightly. I'm going to try not to splatter Brian at all, but I am going to pick the paste back up and go up to 3,000. If you know something funny, the paper towel's turning black. Well, that's because of the aluminum, the metal that's inside of this resin casting is doing that. It's really neat, but you can already see, doesn't that look kind of translucent? It is awesome how quickly this stuff polishes up. Now I'm going to switch over here, get a little dab of the fine paste. Well, that's plenty right there. Just apply it on here. Doesn't taste that good, I can tell you that. Now watch the reflection in there from the lights. See how sharp it gets? That is so cool. Now ideally you want to take probably about 30-40 seconds and work this in, or maybe a minute. Just take your time, there's no rush on it, but let's go ahead and stop and see what it looks like. Oh, isn't that beautiful? That is awesome. I'm using a dental pick to get the O-ring in place. I'm gonna take a little bit of bitty light, shove it in place like so. Get that O-ring to grab. Ah, that works good. Put the little hanger on it and then twist to turn on the light. So that's pretty cool. Oops, lost my hanger. That is pretty cool. So that is how you make a honeycomb Christmas ornament. I think it turned out really, really well. I love the look. It is just gorgeous. It is so cool. So until the next time on Wood Turning, keep turning. And now let's go see if Dooley approves.
Okay, hey dude, come here. Come here. You wanna see? Does it look good? You like it? You like your ornament? It's right here. See it right there it is. That's the camera. There's the, oh, there it is. Do you like it? That's your first Christmas ornament. Sorry it took so long, buddy. Merry Christmas.
Tim's American Beauty was made by Robust Tools, America's premier lathe manufacturer. Robust. Built to turn wood. Enjoyed for a lifetime.
Easy Wood Tools, best in class carbide wood turning tools.